Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is October 29th, 2025, and this is a quick look at dividend stocks and my opinion on dividend stocks. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other before getting involved in trading. This is just a quick giving some people one little location to go to find information on dividend stock. Not really my opinion, because I got a lot of links to what other people are saying to explain some of this stuff when it comes to dividend stocks and all. All right, let's jump right on into it and see what I got here. And like I said, dividend notes. One of the main things that you need to know when it comes to dividend stocks is these dates. And that's the declaration date, that's the record date, that's the ex-dividend date, and the payment date. As you can see, you can read what's there. Also, I'm going to add some links to other little videos that are out there that explains this stuff really pretty good. But this is the highlight of it all. Declaration date is the date that the company actually said they're going to actually be paying a dividend. The record date is the date that you actually really need to be holding the stock in order to get that dividend. The ex-dividend date is the last date that you can actually be in the market. You need to be in before the ex-dividend date, really, in order to be recorded and be able to receive payment. And then the payment date is the date that you actually get to receive your dividend. They are different dates, as you can see. All right. The other thing that when it comes to dividends and all is the yield. The yield, I'm gonna have a link down in the description, a good explanation about dividend yield. That's one of the things that you got to be careful of. You see these high yielding stocks and all, based on the formula, as you know. If you just do the simple math, if they say they pay X number percentage of dividend, a year, whatever that dividend is, divided by the stock price, if that number is above 100%, that means the stock price is less than the dividend. Just give it to you simple. Just make it easy for you and all. And is that a good deal? I'm going to also take a quick look at some charts and stuff and show you, what's going on with all that kind of stuff right now. And all, because there's something new out there where they're paying these weekly dividends. It's something that a lot of us think are kind of say you have to have some kind of trading strategy around that if you're going to actually do it. For most traders and for beginner traders, it's probably something best to just stay away from, because I'll show you the chart. That's all I can say. Because again, are you going to be holding these things for a year? Are these long-term type investment? Again, based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, make sure you have a trading plan and a trading strategy if you're actually dealing with dividend stocks and stuff. And then for me personally, I do not trade dividend stocks for their dividends, and I usually trade them based on my technical setup and what I see, because that's the whole thing. A lot of times you can make more money trading the stock than you can, especially now with free commissions and all, than you can actually with the dividend. And that's when we look at the charts, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about there. But let's go ahead and now what to buy, what is available out there, and all good stuff that's available out there, and all. And good is still based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, what you see on your setup for you to buy or sell a particular stock, being a dividend or whatever. But there are dividend stocks out there that are called Dividend Kings. And I'll provide links to where you can find those Dividend Kings and be able to take a look at that and make your own decision if you want to actually even purchase any of those. But Dividend Kings are the ones that have had an increasing dividend for at least 50 consecutive years and all. So these are, that can be, again, based on what we just saw about dividend yield, that can be a good thing. Or the thing is, if it's increasing, does that mean the price is decreasing? So again, just throwing that out there. Take a look at the stock. That's why I say take a look at the chart and make sure it obeys your strategies and your setups for actually purchasing something, period. And then there's also the S&P 5. I like the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats and all. There's other dividend aristocrats out there, but I like trading this. And again, I'm an index guy. That's why I show my things on the index. So if I'm looking for a dividend stock to trade or looking for a dividend thing to be, if I was holding something, It'll probably be the S&P or something in the S&P 500. You know, no trade recommendation there. It's just what I like looking at and what I like doing and see if it meets my trading plans and my trading strategies and all. And dividend aristocrats are ones that have paid an increase in dividend for the last 25 years or more and all. And then there's also stocks out there that pay the least that I would actually go with and deal with, you know, unless you're really, really trading, is these monthly dividend stocks and stuff. And there's some good ones out there that pays a monthly dividend stock. Again, it's still based on your trading plan and your trading strategy. When you see it's a good time to actually buy these things to be able to best time to buy these things to be able to receive, you know, a dividend based on whatever time period that you're actually dealing with and all. Now, the last thing that I want to show here on the screen before I go to my to the charts and show you some things right quick on the charts is there's a dividend calendar out there. I have a link down there because you need to know that ex-dividend date, you know, if you're trading any of these things and all. And there's a web page out there to give you ex-dividend dates for these dividend stocks, and you need to be in before that ex-dividend date. And then it also has the pay dates and all for these dividend stocks and stuff. And, you know, you want to know when you get paid and all. So those are the important dates and stuff if you're actually dealing with dividend stocks. The other thing that's new out there is these new weekly dividend ETFs. They're mainly ETFs, stuff that people have created something to sell. If somebody is selling something, what are they doing? They're getting money in their pockets and all. So again, this game is easy. The easy part of this game is to see, are you making money or are you losing money? If you're spending your money, that means money is coming out of your pocket and going into somebody else's pocket. Now, do you get your money back plus some based on this dividend that they're actually paying, or are you still losing money over the big picture? And that's what you got to look at when you're actually buying any kind of dividend stock, is it weekly, monthly, quarterly, aristocrat, king, or whatever. You know, bottom line, this game is easy to see if it's working for you or not. You know, and that's all about just seeing if you are making money or not. So that's why, again, when it comes to these, we're going to take a quick look here at these charts on some of these things, and is why I kind of get to that point where this may not be the best thing for me at this time. All right, let's just go ahead and take a quick look at it. I'm just looking at a couple. I'm not going to look at a whole lot. I just want to just show you what I see and all, and based on what's out here and all, like I say, there's a lot. There's list of these things. I think it's like 50 some of each of these and all. Of course, it's going to be at least 50. If this has 50, this is going to have 50 or more on it. Since this one is a 25, the aristocrats dividends have been paying dividends for the last 25 years. The kings, I believe, is the one that's been paying dividends, increasing dividends for the last 50 years. This is O. O is a one that I like. I have traded this before. I'm not holding it at this time and all. But as you can see, you know, if you were somebody who was thinking about buying this and got into this when you thought it was breaking out and going higher and all, and then it dropped on you, and you said, "Oh, I'm gonna collect the dividend." Any dividend that you may have collected, you know, over those few months, with this thing going from $60 down to almost $50, and all, that's like 20% or something like that. That's like close to 20%, and all, close to 20% if it's not 20%, and all. And that you receive 20% in less than this year time, you know, or more. You know, did you receive? Okay, basically, forget the percentage. Did you receive $10 every time this thing was paying out a dividend? When it's only paying out, I'm looking down here. Now I'll zoom in on here. Where these little green balls down here tells you the amount of dividend that is actually paying, and all. And I'm gonna zoom in just in here on this little part right here, and as you can see, this thing dropped from 65 to below 55. It's at 55 right now. So that's $10. And within that time period, you did not collect, you know, $10. That's why, again, it gets back to that point, you know, if you're going to buy these things, buy them based on your trading plan and your trading strategy to be holding these things long if you're going to do this type of stuff. You know, unless you got billions of dollars and all, and it does this little movement. Yeah, it's a big thing, but the money that you collect, you need to have it somewhere. I don't know, but still based all on your trading plan, your trading. But that's what I want to point out, that Don't just jump in it to be jumping in it. You might be jumping in it at the wrong time. Try to time your entry where the stock movement to the upside, because again, you're going to have to be long to the upside, and the dividend both will begin. You'll be getting that double whammy. Stock movement up and double whammy. And this is one where again the stock was moving down and you lost money and all. But now here on this Dividend King, again, I'm just trying to highlight, that these things do not all go up all the time. And also, there's a time to be in them, and there's a time not to be in them. And your money can actually be making more money somewhere else if the market conditions are not right at the time. And so be a trader, be an investor. Where you move, that's where again sometimes you have to have somebody who's managing your money if you don't know how to manage your money and all. But again, this is another one that went from 180 down to it's down around 150 right now. So this one has lost over $30. Have you gotten paid $30? Over the past thing for the dividends that is actually paid out? I'll zoom in here right quick and all, where you can see this thing is only paying $1 every quarter. So in the past year, you only made $4 and all. So that doesn't make up for the market drop and the money that you lost on your overall holding. That's the way I look at it. I don't know, you may look at it a different way and all, but that's why again I have a hard time sometimes I can't, based on my trading plan and my trading strategy, I can't hold these things when they start telling me it's time to sell and all, and that's what I do. So now the other little thing that I want to look at right quick here is these weekly stocks and stuff. And I'll shut this down. Let me pop that up. Let me go back. This here is a good site. The links will be in the description below, where you can go to these links and see all this other stuff, all the stuff that I'm talking about right here. But this was brought to my attention by my son. Somebody had told him to go out and buy one of these things, and I want to tell him. After I looked at him, I said, "Oh, I didn't," because again, I didn't even know at the time there were weekly dividends paying stocks. But as soon as I looked at the chart, I kind of said, "No." And I'm gonna take a quick look at this one right here, because I think this was the one that they was trying to tell him to buy, and I'm gonna go to a yearly picture. You got to go to a yearly picture. And first thing that I see, this thing, if you'd have purchased it way up here, even though it was cheap at the time, $9-10, this thing is lost 50%. So you lost 50% of your capital. Have you made 50% over the past, year on this thing? Because it hasn't been quite a year and stuff with the dividend that is actually paying out. And on these particular ones, you can go and see dividend history and all that kind of stuff. This is a pretty good little site and stuff. You can see what it's been doing and all, how it's been paying and everything. So this is not a bad site to see what's actually going on here and all. But as we can see, this is definitely not based on my trading plans and my trading strategy. This is what we call, this is not a healthy stock. That's one of the things we look at. If we're going to want to purchase a stock, it needs to be healthy. And in order for it to be healthy, it has to be in an uptrend. And at least a small time frame uptrend. But I can't find a period at all where there's just a little period back here in May look like from March, April to May, this thing maybe was in a little uptrend then, where maybe this would have been an okay thing to try to hold for a little while and all. But that's the way I look at those. And again, this is the chart over here. This chart here is still I think I was trying to just capture a year or the past few months. But as you can see, this thing is in a overall downtrend. This is definitely nothing that I'm going to be trying to buy and hold for dividend. Just based on my strategy and all. We can look at, just click through a couple of these right quick where you can see them, just to kind of let you know it's just not me. Start at the top and let's look at a year just to let you see. Again, flat, going nowhere. That may not that it's made all this major drop. I don't know. Again, I would stay away from it at all. Another one. Let's take a look at a year. Let's look at a year. Again, top down. Again, from over $50, close to $50, over $40, we can say $40, down to $11. It's lost, what's that, about 60%, 80%, 60%? No, 75%, 75%, So again, nothing to be holding. Let's take a look at another one. And I think you kind of get it though now. As you can see, it was up over $10, $10 or something. They kind of probably made it attractive looking, you know, being that cheap and paying a dividend like over whatever it was paying at the time. And now it's down at 250. Again, another one where you lost 75% of your capital. And so did you make money or did you lose money on this overall position if you was holding it over a year? And they all kind of look. I don't know if they all look like that. I haven't looked at them all, but there's another one. There's another one. Nothing. I think I don't know if I just did that one. I see there's another one. CH. I don't know where I'm at. Let's go down here. Go year down. So I'm just again because go year again choppy, but overall trend is down. I think that's the one I looked at first. Here's another U one. Again, overall trend is down. MARO. Let's take a look at this up for a year. Overall trend is down. But if you are a trader, it may be something there for you, but it's nothing there for me at all. Overall trend is down. They kind of, again, back here, they kind of suck up people into this thing because, again, it was making some dips and some pretty good runs, look like, and people thought they got hopeful and start wishing, and, doing the happy man dance. But then in the end, these guys are creating these things to make money. Bottom line, everybody, as I told my nephew, everybody out here is trying to make money, and you just got to remember that everybody is trying to make money. So you have to be careful whatever you may be doing out here. Bottom line, test it out, back test it, see if it's going to do the numbers, do the spreadsheet, and see if it really would make money for you. And that's all. I'm not going to waste any more time on this or spend any more time with this. Bottom line, be careful. If you deal with these things, because these things seem attractive. Let me back up. Yeah, back up one more time. Things seem attractive because you see a dividend yield over here of 200%, 200%. 100 and something percent, but that's all because of the low price and the amount of the dividend that they're actually paying. Do the math. If it makes sense to you for your trading plan and your trading strategy, do it. But for my trading plan and my trading strategy, it doesn't make sense. So it ain't gonna make dollars. So I'm leaving it alone. All right. For me, that's just what it is. But that's it. That's all I really want to share. It's just that sometimes things may look good, but they're not as good as. Do the numbers. That's all I can say. Do the numbers. See if the numbers make sense to you. It might be something that, based on your trading plan and your trading strategies, that you can make this make sense. There's always a way to make money out here if you figure something out and see if it works for you. Because somebody is making money. Can you get on the same side of the market as they are on? That's all I can say. But that's it. This is the Right Side Trader. Hope you guys having a good week. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.